Who cares about a man, a woman, a partner when you have books? It's the month of love. So what better time is there for us to talk about my favorite romance? What is going on? So what better time is there for us to talk about some of my favorite romance book novels than this season, because it will have you like in all your feels, okay? One thing I love about reading is that when I find an author that just knows how to write in the kind of writing style that I really like, yeah, I'm gonna stick beside them. Let's talk about my girl, Kennedy Ryan. I'm like becoming a very huge fan of Kennedy Ryan. It's not even a joke. Like, I absolutely love that woman's style of writing. She talks about real life issues, not la-di-da-di-da, especially ones impacting like Black women. I absolutely love Kennedy Ryan. I am a Kennedy Ryan stan. Let's start with the first book, and if I'm looking down, it's because I am looking at the iPad for some of the notes. Let's start off with her recent series, and that's the Skyland series. So she has Before I Let Go and This Could Be Us. Before I Let Go is the first book in the Skyland series. It follows Yasmin and Josiah. You know that college love where you guys are brokety broke and sustaining on nothing but hopes and dreams, like the hopes and dreams that you guys are going to fulfill your dreams together. That period of your life is the purest kind of love. But like, life is not like that. Life is just crazy like that, and crazy it was for these two. These two people had to face some of the biggest challenges that you would ever face as a married couple. This book just kind of takes you through the motions of how they were able to navigate that. Such a good book. It's so well written. I think Kennedy Ryan just knows. She knows how to write and she knows how to handle topics like that. So I absolutely love that book. The second book is part of the Skyland series as well. It is called This Could Be Us. The way Kennedy Ryan does her books, she likes to make every book interconnected. The first book, Before I Let Go, with Yasmin, she was in a group of 3, so she had her friend, her, Soledad, and Hendrix. This Could Be Us follows Soledad. I know we're talking romance. I know we're talking about romance, but like, please have some sense. Honestly, this book just proves that a woman should never trust a man to a point that you're trusting him with your entire being. Like, you have nothing to call your own. Baby, you better wake up. You need to own your own thing. You can't rely on anybody for your bread and butter. Even in love, okay? Even in love, we need to grasp onto some sense, all right? Even in love, we need to grasp onto some thinking faculty. So we have Soledad in this book, married to a man that she's known him for a very long time, and she really trusted this man, y'all. Like, she trusted him with so much. She was out here popping babies for him. He was the sole breadwinner. Mind you, my girl Soledad is a party planner for the books. She is a creative through and through, and he had my girl in the kitchen while he was out there doing the do. This man that she trusted with everything literally put her family into the most uncomfortable position that anyone can ever put someone in. Had Soledad fighting for her life and the life of her children. Yeah, I said her children because of course he wasn't going to care about them kids. No, he's not going to care about them kids. A man that is going to put you in that kind of position does not care. So this book is a book that it's not only about love, but most importantly, loving yourself. This book was screaming, love yourself and look out for yourself. The next book from Miss Kennedy Ryan, All the King's Men series, and And let me tell you something. This was my first introduction to Kennedy Ryan's books. It got me hooked. It got me hooked in the series The Kingmaker, The Rebel King, and also the bonus epilogue, just because like we could not get enough. That's how good this series was. So it follows two characters, Lennox and Maxim. They're from two different worlds. If you could think of anyone so opposite, is these two. So we have Lennox, who is a very like courageous, proud Native American, fiery lady that is just like, she's not afraid to go after what she wants. She is ambitious, she's driven. I love a good, strong female character, and that's exactly who Lennox is. She don't play. Lennox don't play. When she met Maxim, it was very evident that this is someone that was very confident in who she was. She lost her mom at a very young age. She understood the importance of what her heritage was about. She stood proudly in who she was. Then we have Maxim, who is like from a very rich family, and you know how hard it is to pull away from that to do whatever you want to do. That is exactly what Maxim was dealing with, because he had to leave the family business and pursue the life of a journalist or something, like a different career path, and obviously his dad wasn't with it. This book takes you on a journey. It took me places that I was like, whoa, how did we get here? But in a good way. Their worlds took different shapes and forms and different paths, but like they always found a way to each other. And it's a really good book to read this season, because it will take your mind to a lot of places. Please remember that this is a book. This book is so engaging that I had work at 7 and I was up at 2 a.m. It's a perfect book to really binge. I really like book series because then you can follow through the stories. Next series of books I would recommend this month would be Ginika's Bridesmaid series by Adesua Omenwokedi. The first book is called The One. The second book is called like Ginika's Bridesmaids. This is the first one. So Erin is Nigerian born, but she works in the US, and she's driven, is very intelligent, and she just felt like she was put in a situation where a lot of black women are put most times, and is in a box. She had to settle for basically whatever she was being given, up until she took matters into her own hands and decided to move to Lagos, Nigeria. She just did not expect to find the man of her dreams there. She did not expect to find the man of her dreams on her flight to Nigeria, and that is the dream for a lot of young women, okay? To find their dream man on a flight, a good flight, because it gives you time to get to know that person. Like, you guys can really sit and talk. This guy was literally meeting everything that is Erin's type to a T. Like, that is her man, that is her man, her man, her man. She really thought that the stars were aligning, like, you know, they exchanged numbers, and she was like, I found my man. So when she got to Nigeria, her sister was like, you found a man? She was like, yes, girl, I found a man. It's like, okay, like, pull out the number, let's get to know him. She was like, yes, and yes, indeed, she lost that number. She had lost the number of the man of her dreams. That would have been my 13th reason, because what do you mean that I have been graveling and struggling with these men on the street, and finally I feel like God has blessed me with the man of my dreams, and you're telling me that I cannot find this man anymore? Like, this man has disappeared into thin air because I have lost his number? Montoya, por favor! I'm going to devote my life to becoming a nun, and I would just like not try anymore, because what do you mean? This book had me screaming, shouting, sighing at the characters, especially Erin, because like, why are you so all over the place? Like, you are very successful, you should have some level of organization, but like, she just, for some reason, Erin just kept pissing me off. Read just read the book. It's a really good book. Second book follows Erin's sister Ara. This book title is Ginika's Bridesmaids, and she's the opposite of Erin. So like where Erin is classy and girly, Ara is like laid back and tomboyish. Like she doesn't really put in too much effort into her looks. Like she's just very laid back. Where Erin is like struggling to have long-term relationships, Ara has been in a relationship with one man since when she was a teenager. So everyone knows that Ara, Erin's sister, is obviously going to marry Oye, her long-term boyfriend, up until Oye decided to cheat on Ara in the most disrespectful ways a man can ever cheat on you. Like cheating on someone is very disrespectful, but like he was so disrespectful. We unfortunately have to follow Ara as she like struggles with the idea of letting go of the only man that she has ever known and loved. So when she meets a guy that kind of suggests like a fake relationship trope to really like make her ex-boyfriend jealous because she was actively trying to gain that very toxic relationship back for some reason. Anyway, so she entertains the idea. She's like, yes, like let's go. She thought that this would be something that would gain Oye back. Surely, like it will wake Oye up and make him realize that Ara is the one meant for him. I need Ara to ask herself, is he the one meant for you? Yeah. Because I did not understand why a man would disrespect you and you're literally fighting tooth and nail to get the man back. Those are some of my recent reads. Let's move on to some of the books that I have saved in my TBR because I have so many books I have saved. A lot of books, not enough time to read them. Let's go through like 5 books on my TBR. First is obviously the Skyland series, Kennedy Ryan, the 3rd book. So the name of the 3rd book is Can't Get Enough. It follows the 3rd friend, Hendrix, and she's ambitious, she's a go-getter, like she's literally the rich aunt. She loves to have a good time with like a little candy over here and there, but according to the description of the book, like she meets someone that she never expected to be with. Next is Rhythm and Blues by Kimberly Brown. I have seen some of her books, but I have had this one on my TBR for some time. We have Rhythm, a very successful girl. I think we have a pattern here, right? I like successful women. Rhythm, she's successful, pretty much holding her successful boyfriend down for like 3 years. Red flag. Honestly, girlfriends of musicians or entertainers are some of the strongest soldiers I have ever met and seen. Anyways, the boyfriend is getting a bit egotistical and full of himself, and Rhythm is not about to be an understanding girlfriend, but she understands that it's time for her to leave and not settle for the barest of minimums, and that's is my girl. She understands it's time to get the heck out of there, and this man doesn't want to release her. He doesn't want her to be. May this kind of love never find you, because what do you mean that you are an annoyance and you don't want to release me? Release me. According to the book description, Rhythm meets another man. His name is Channing, and things seem to get really spicy until she realizes that Channing is like the music producer of her ex. So this will be an interesting dynamic. I'm really like looking forward to seeing how that plays out. I think it would be a lot of forbidden love-esque, which I don't know what is forbidden, because if he's our ex, she can do whatever she wants to do. Next on the TBR is Real by Kennedy Ryan. This has been on my list for a while, but I think she revamped the cover of the book. It's giving Hollywood romance, forbidden love, and more. This would be a storyline that I'll be very interested in, so I'm excited to read this one. Next is Love Radio by Ebony Ladell. It's another like highly rated book. I've seen a lot of reviews on this book. Not really reviews, but people like putting this on like their TBRs or like their faves of the month. It's a teenage love trope. We have Prince, a 17-year-old DJ, has a segment on a radio show called Love Radio. Duh. His dream is to be a DJ and falling in love love at 17. If you don't face your books, JK, like 17, falling in love is one of your dreams. And then there's Danny, of course, like a straight A student. She focuses on what she wants. She's a go-getter and she wants to further her education in New York. She doesn't have time for the shenanigans. So when she crosses paths with Prince, she gives him like only 3 dates to prove to her while he's worth her time. And honestly, my girl is busy. So obviously, you have only 3 chances to prove your worth. And at 17, if she's thinking this way, she's going to thrive, okay? She's going to thrive. So I'm excited to read this book. If you like teenage romance, this would be great. My thing is, I like teenage romance. I just want it to be PG. So if you're all advancing into things that I should not have any business reading, no, I'm not interested. Let's wrap up the last book with Somebody's Wife by Robbie Renee. Now, from the name, you already know that it's giving adultery. Okay. It's named Somebody's Wife. What do we expect? It's giving adultery, and I do not condone that. I'm just curious to know exactly why they arrived to the name of the book. All right, y'all. Those are some of the books I would recommend for the season of love. These books are really focused on Black authors, Black stories, Black characters, Black fictional stories. Those are some of the books I would recommend, and those are some of the books that are on my TBR. Check out the link in the description for more books on my wish list. It will have more books that I am looking forward to reading. I'm eager to know if any of you have read any of these books, if you're going to be reading them, if you have some of these books already in your TBR. I would also love for you guys to share recommendations of some of your fave romance books. I would really appreciate that. Yeah, thank you guys for sitting through this video. If you're here, I'm very sure you sat through the video. So thank you so much for sitting through the video. My camera died on me so many times. My lights switched off so many times. I'm trying to get back into YouTube slowly but surely. And I'm starting off with things that I truly enjoy. So let me know if you like content like this. I absolutely love yapping about books that I love. Thank you guys for watching this video, and let me know if you enjoy it. Do follow me on all my other social media platforms. I am going to link everything in the description. I would love to connect with you guys on other social media platforms as well. Also, let me know what are your plans for Valentine's Day, or what plans did you have for Valentine's Day? But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.